welcome. This is Bronyville, episode 16, recorded on August 6th, 2011. I'm your host, AppleCider, waking up really early for you to get this episode set and done. So, labor of love, bringing all the ponies to you. Do also want to always welcome my very gracious co-host there. Hey there, Chef Sandy.
Hello. I'm live.
We are live. This it's afternoon to you. I mean,
it is noon, but yeah. I did not sleep well last night.
Me neither, man. It's been ugh. Yeah, that's just going. All I'm gonna say, ugh. Just bad bananas all over the place. No, I don't know what that's all about. I just made a euphemism. I don't even know what it means. Anyway, hopefully we have somebody that did get a little bit more sleep and, isn't dealing with bad bananas. We have YouTube Extreme. Hey there, Pensive.
Hi. So I am actually very well rested today. Of course, for me, it's 1 o'clock already, so
you can hold up the show while the two of us just kind of slack off and go, we got email. Pensive, you just handle it.
Well, we'll see how things go.
I got a crazy hangover, and, oh, man. Anybody got some black coffee? That would be so good right now. No, I'm not hungover. But yeah, very cool to have Pensive on. She has done a lot with the YouTube, and so we're going to talk a little bit about YouTube channels and probably a little bit of, what she's done and how you may or may not have been influenced by her over the years or the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Probably a lot.
Well, when I was just a little boy watching Friendship is Magic, way back in 2010... So, very cool to have you on. We do have our 4 usual questions that we ask every single one of our guests who join us on the show, so you must battle through these. First 2, to make it easy, favorite character and favorite episode.
Well, my favorite character actually would be Rarity, which is a little bit strange because when I watched the first episode, she actually was the character I liked the least. So I guess it's testament to the show's character building that she's become my favorite by now. And sort of pulling into that, my favorite episode, I looked over all the episodes, thinking about them all again, and I think I have to say it's Suited for Success.
That's a good choice. I think everybody is kind of on that same boat where Rarity was just like, she was like the immediate 6th of just being like, oh, girly girl, all right, whatever. She's annoying and complains, and da-da-da. And those 2 episodes come up, and you're just like, yes, I got her. Done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Suited for Success and Dog and Pony Show are the episodes that really helped me like Rarity a lot more. So,
yeah, they were iconic, and then every episode afterwards, you just went, "Oh, that's just who she is." Mm-hmm. She's got lots of good to her. I'm hoping next season Applejack gets her episodes like that, but we shall see. Season 2 incoming. So, our other 2 questions, a little bit more diverse. We'll start with the first one. Why do you like the show? I mean, you are a lady type, so it makes it a little bit better than all of us dudes. But why do you like it?
Well, for most of the usual reasons, it's a very good show. The animation is very good, especially since it's in Flash. I mean, I showed it to my husband. He wasn't even aware it was in Flash at first. And the characters...
This is true.
Oh, he's my husband.
Oh, there we go.
This is true, he says.
We got more background people today. It's not just my girlfriend.
Awesome.
We got extra. We got like 5th and 6th chairs. Yeah.
I know he's gotten up to the other room, so maybe not.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway, as the characters, I think, really is what the show is built on. What builds the goodness of this show is because if the characters were just, like most characters in a girls' kind of show, not really that different from each other, I don't think the show would have gotten nearly as popular as it did.
And we went to a panel on character analysis.
Yes, did you hear that?
Yeah, we got that.
That's true. We went to Kineticon at the beginning of last month, and he was very good about sitting through the panel with me, but I think he enjoyed it more than I did, maybe. Anyway, but One thing also that I like about the show is that it isn't afraid to make fun of itself and of its history. You know, like in the second episode there when Piggy starts singing and all the other characters are like, oh no, not a song. But at the same time, I'm glad that they didn't shy away from having songs in there, just not that it's every single episode.
Mm-hmm. Not the requirement.
Exactly, but so that makes it even better, I think, when it does show up. I mean, that's another reason that Suited for Success is one of my favorites, is because of, not only was it a good song, but it was based on a Sondheim song. I mean, seriously, I was watching that one live. You know, sometimes I have to capture them because I'm at work, and so I have to watch them later. But I was actually there watching it, and seriously, I was squealing out loud when I heard that it was Sondheim. I was like, oh, I love this. I went on my Twitter, I posted that while this whole thing is going. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to watch, I'm trying to type, I'm trying to listen. It's
lucky it's not you don't have like probably a residual mic to pick up your noise. Otherwise, you just see like Twilight Stress.
No. The audio is all captured through the. It's a USB capture device, so all the audio is straight from the TV, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, not straight from the TV, but straight from the which color is it that does the sound? It's the red and the white. Mm-hmm. So with both of those in, it just goes right there.
All right. Well, cool. We'll hit up probably a little bit of the process because I'm kind of interested in that as
we'll
well.
Talk about that later.
Yeah. And then what do others think of said love of the ponies? No, you are an adult, so that is watching a kids show, which is sometimes considered a little unusual.
Well, it really doesn't come up in conversation that much, so the only person who really knows about it right now is my husband, and as you've heard, he is into it now as well, although I had to give him a primer at the beginning. He really didn't understand what was going on until I had to use his computer to capture the second-to-last episode. Mm-hmm. Seriously, I was freaking out that day when my computer just was, like, not turning on. I was like, it's Friday, why couldn't this have happened tomorrow? But fortunately, he was a good guy, and he let me use his computer. So you said that you primed him. So you just did a little explaining, and then once you pulled him in, I'm kind of curious, what episodes did you feed to him? The first episode he saw actually was the second to last episode because this was one of the days where I was at work, and so he was watching it while it was playing. So that was kind of an interesting introduction. So it was really after that I had to give him the introduction to explain everything. Mm-hmm. And so, I told him a little bit about the history of it on the internet and, which episodes defined what characters. I told him about, the whole feeling Pinky Keen and over a barrel controversies and stuff like that. And, of course, showed him some of the parody clips that people have done.
All right, well, super cool. Great to have you on. So we've got chock full of emails, tons and tons of emails, lots of news, fix, topic time, one cool thing. So we're just going to barrel right through this because we got tons to tackle. So let's go ahead and do this. How's that sound, Chef?
Let's read some emails.
All right, let's email time. As the usual order, I'll go first, then Chef, then our guest, and we got pretty much a full rotation here twice, so let's get this done.
Okay.
Email time. If you want to email across to us, you can do that at bronyville@gmail.com. I put it in the show notes now, so now you can just click. Anyway, starting up, Dear AppleCider and Chef Sandy, you might pass on this because I don't actually have anything to say or contribute, but what the hell, all right? Also, very much enjoy your podcast, but there's one thing that concerns me gravely about Rainbow Dash. I just got done listening to, at the time of this writing, your latest podcast, and I feel that you and the Twilight Sparkle gang aren't giving Rainbow Dash a fair chance. Actually, scratch that. It's a conspiracy against Rainbow Dash. You, AppleCider, are conspiring with your show's guests, be they who they may, against Rainbow Dash and against their very own co-host, Chef Sandy. Also,
so true.
If it is AppleCider who is reading this message and not Chef Sandy, I would ask that you warn Chef about your conspiracy to rip the Rainbow Dash from his life and feed her to Pinky. Please, and thank you for your cooperation and your time. Perpetual Annie non-Brony. So
so true.
Okay, all right. So maybe I'm a little harsh on Rainbow Dash, but she's not in my top 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But I like the character. It's fine. I love that email. If read dramatically, it's amazing. Okay.
Okie dokie.
You can like Dash. I don't mind it. I just like poking at it because, just in the same way that anyone comes on as just like, oh, I love Fluttershy. It's like, oh, you meant Twilight Sparkle. Gotcha. Okay. I like Twilight Sparkle too. Yeah.
Wasn't there a meme on 4chan at one point where somebody had taken a picture of Pinkie Pie and had written like every pony's like Cillian? Wait, your favorite pony is Trixie? Cillian? Non, that's not how you spell Pinkie Pie. And had one for like every pony.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I actually enjoy the fight that people have between best ponies because it's just a silly little side thing of just like, oh man, I really, really like Applejack, or just like Applejack. I'm sorry, I heard you wrong. What was it? Fluttershy? Huh? Oh, there we go. That's better. I do not hate Rainbow Dash. Matter of fact, one of my favorite episodes is Rain Boom, and that episode really would be boring without her because it'd be a whole bunch of people going, huh, this is a competition. We probably shouldn't go to Cloudsdale. End of episode. So, very, I just wanted to start with that.
Dash, Fluttershy would have had to have been in the competition.
Mm-hmm. That could be, that wouldn't be, I'd have to ponder that. That would be interesting. Next season, Fluttershy joins. Okay. I think that's cool. That was a fun one to read, so I wanted to go through that. Hey, Chef, hit the next one.
Okay. So this one has the name up top. This is from Jacob. How do I submit my pony poetry? If it can be submitted via email, then I will do so now. P is for Pony by Jacob Ellinger. P is for pony, F is for friends, but M is for magic where fun never ends. Why is this pony wearing a dress? Why is she singing that friendship is best? Just watch them dance and sing and fly. Some ponies have wings and some are quite shy. Why, I once saw a pony so colorful and cool, she beat up a dragon with hind hooves and a stool. But in all Equestria there stands one above the rest. Her name's Twilight Sparkle and she's simply the best.
Woohoo! Let me get right back into my Dash bash.
It's not true. It's not true. It's impossible.
You see what I did there, Pensive?
I find it interesting that he talks a lot about the flying ponies, but then he comes out and says Twilight's the best. He doesn't even mention unicorns in there at all.
Yeah. Hey, did you see what I did there, Pensive? I baited and said okay, and then I made him read that email. It's a sucker punch.
I'm just gonna cry over here.
No, you, Chef Sandy, you're a good co-host. You take the abuse well.
Sad pony in snow.
But yes, thank you very much, Jacob.
Son of a...
Hey. Watch your...
I just went to rub my eye and my lens of my glasses popped off. That's just fantastic.
Woohoo! You're half blind. Hopefully you don't have to see as you record.
Yeah, it's not like
he has to read another email.
Uh-oh.
I'm okay. I'll just get like an inch from the screen.
An inch from the screen, and it'll use it like a monocle.
Yes.
All right. Tell you what, Pensive, you want to hit this next one from Quill Dipper, one of our usuals.
Sure. Let's see. Hey, AC, Chef, and guest. It's me, the Idaho Brony, though you may now know me as Quill Dipper. I'm writing to you guys again to ask your opinion on the anti-pony Steam groups that are appearing. From what I understand, they were getting tired of seeing the pony sprays show up in games. I understand how that would get annoying, but is it right to patronize the whole community for a couple of people that wouldn't stop spraying? Or do we all deserve it for starting this pandemic? Your thoughts, Quill Dipper.
Cry some more!
I really have no idea about this, because I don't do that, so... what's this about spraying?
Well, tell you what, you do it, Chef. Hit that.
In Team Fortress 2, basically you can set an image that when you walk up to a wall and press T, it leaves that image on the wall. People have been, there are funny images. Some people use pornography. Some people use ponies, and a lot of people use ponies. And basically, a lot of people have changed their icons to ponies because you can change your user icons in the game. And just as there have been multiple My Little Pony Steam groups, there has been the requisite anti. And I'm sure there's probably anti-anime, anti-other groups on Steam as well. Personally, it's the internet. I'm not going to get too upset about it. I do find it really funny because I play on 2 server clusters. On T42, I play on the Pony servers and the Furry Pound, which is a furry run group, which is actually a really casual, laid-back, very fun server set. A lot of people on 4chan play there, too. They get real upset when I censor their porn sprays with my pony. It's like, I don't want to see that. Posters of Celestia saying, obey. So, it's the internet.
Hey, Chef, someone's mad on the internet. Have you heard about that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay, so somebody doesn't like something. I mean, I remember back in the day when hating Pokemon was the new big thing. And,
I remember that.
It was just like Pokemon, anti-Pokemon. And then what always fascinated me was the anti-Pokemon. The groups that were like, you cannot dislike Pokemon. So let's never get to that point. Let's not get to the point where we're beating people up like ponies. Assault by pony. But yeah.
Fuck them up good.
It is the internet. They be like that. All right, let's move on. All right, we got 2 biggies. Me and Chef will have to tackle. So let's do this. Hey, Matt. We're going to do your email now. Hey guys, I'm a member of TFW 2005, a Transformers fan site as well as a Brony. I do not exaggerate when I say that we are possibly the largest and most respected Transformer site around. Now, even though we are a Transformer site, we have a fair amount of Bronies. With our site our size, it's hard not to. And it's probably added to the fact that both Friendship is Magic and Transformers Prime, which is okay if you skip the first 5 episodes, both air on the hub. What we've decided to do is actually start up an event, much like the Newbie Artist Training Grounds event a while back. I want to open this event up to as many Transformer fan Bronies as possible. It's really more for Bronies who are also Transformer fans, but normal Bronies who fit in too as long as they avoid causing trouble. The event started Friday, April 5th. Ooh, boy. That's a while back. You can find the original post of the event, and it's linked in the show notes. The address is linked as tfw2005.com. Email address is listed. If you have any questions, it would be awesome if you read this on the podcast. Many thanks, Matt. So if you are a Transformers fan, considering the fact that that is also on the hub.
Well, I'm glad he notes that which is okay if you skip the first 5 episodes, because I watched the first episode when they were offering the first episodes of Ponies, Transformers, and the G.I. Joe one, and it was awful. So maybe I'll look at the episode 6.
Yeah, I think I saw 1 episode and I went, okay, meh, and just kind of kept going. So it could be interesting. Never been an Optimus Prime fan, but I'm open to supporting our illustrious leaders once more. So all hail, Hasbro. Okay, save me, Chef. You're next.
Okay. Hey there, Chef Sandy. Hi, AppleCider. Chef Sandy deserves to be mentioned first once in a while. Okay.
Boo.
Last week, one of your letters asked about fandom classics. You guys are a little light on the art, so I thought I would suggest a few. Mad Max, of course, is the mother of all pony draw friends. Her comics helped make the fandom what it is today. Egophiliac hasn't been around as long as Mad Max, but is nearly as popular. It was his drawing of Luna in socks that started the Ponies in Socks meme Chef talked about a couple weeks ago. His Celestia Luna series is also incredibly popular, but my personal favorite is his comic about Lyra's bad day. Russell H. should be canon. The Applejack Explained series and his comic Pinkie Pie vs. the Fourth Wall were both serious must-reads. For a different kind of classic, you might also want to check out Mo on Ponybaru. His digital paintings of various MLP characters and settings are nothing short of stunning. Finally, a personal favorite, Pixel Kitty is not as well known as the others, but his comics are always epic regardless. Check out My Little Sunshine for one of the greatest trips in ponydom. Links included to the artwork I mentioned, and if you've not seen them, some of them before, go through them. It'd be the best 10 minutes you would ever spend on ponies. Have a great show. Make and mix. And there's a load of links.
Links!
Look at the show notes.
Show notes is full of links. You should click and read, look at pictures and comics and stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of links.
It show is. Look at all that. Yep. I'll need to read some of those because, like I said, there's a few on here that even I don't know. Yeah. That sounds really cool. I like comics. They're pretty. Especially when they're done really well.
I am glad to say that I can, I follow all these people on. So.
Well, aren't you just internet popular, Chef Sandy? I follow every pony.
Well, no, the four that he mentioned there, and the PetSmarts comic, the one that was posted to Equestria Daily the other day, they did that one as well.
Oh, that comic was great. That was so super detailed and awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, super, super, super cool. And finally, looping back around once more. Hey, let's go ahead and hear that again, Pensive. We got one more email to go, and then we can move on.
Okay, let's see. Hello, Bronyville. Love your podcast, and I love to listen to you on iTunes. Oh, no, he didn't say. He just says, I listen to you on iTunes. I love the way you turn something like Equestria Daily and put it in a podcast form. Anyways, what is your favorite cartoon that isn't MLP FIM, and why? Second, what music are you guys currently listening to? Brony Forever, Invictus Studios, / A Lonely Weeaboo. P.S. I love all the ponies, but Celestia is the best. That should have been Celestia is the bestia.
That sounds about right.
Nah, nobody liked that.
No, that's fine.
No, Celestia knows what's best for you.
Exactly.
So, Chef, what's on your, what are you watching and what's on your iPod? I know a lot of Pony is definitely there.
Well, let's see. Currently I'm not watching any current cartoons. I am kind of going back through some of my older anime. Finishing out Slayer's Try. I just got the last DVD set for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I haven't really watched a television cartoon since Ponies, actually. I mean, I watched the heck out of Airbender. That was fun. But not really watching anything currently. Favorite cartoon would probably at least be probably Trigun. The music, well, my musical tastes are pretty wide-ranging, but in addition to having a Pony song playlist that is 392 songs, 20.2 hours, and 2.13 gigabytes large, I'm also a big fan of the metal. Currently hitting up Amorphous. I'm a big fan of some of their older stuff, Silent Waters and Skyforger, Elven King, just sort of your metal symphonic stuff.
Metal.
It's, yeah, and Corporate Kalani is fun too.
Okay. I will start as the opposite way and go the music front. I don't like anything that Chef listens to, obviously. I kind of shut off my ears come about the mid-90s when I realized that everything coming out of the alternative stations turned to garbage. So I kind of just withdrew into listening to all my old favorites and just, like when the Foo Fighters or Ben Folds or any other, any of the bands I like updated, I'm just sticking to them and listening to their stuff because I know they have quality. And or quality for the most part. And I mean, the Pony stuff has definitely gotten me a little bit more accustomed to some electronica of its various forms. More than I probably would have otherwise. So it's done that. I do definitely have a few Pony songs, though I'm definitely more selective than Chef is. Just because I'm a picky pony. And when it comes to the television shows, I don't watch much TV. A lot of time is just spent being stupid on the internet. And when it comes down to it, I usually come home and watch just an old episode of American Dad. Love that
Always
show.
Fun.
I need to go watch my guilty pleasure a little bit more, which is King of the Hill. That show hurts and yet just humors me to such a terrible extent every time I watch it. It's like, I know these people.
Yep.
Yeah, for the most part. And there's not, I don't watch, we got basic cable, which means, if I wanted to flip on the TV, I could watch QVC and order a bracelet. But, there's nothing really good on the regular channels. And I don't know, there's nothing that really bit my flavor. So, you know what my flavor is? Pony. That's mine. Hey, Pensive, what about you? What are you listening to and what are you watching?
Well, I'm actually a big fan of musicals, so actually right now I've been listening to the soundtrack of a musical of Sister Act, which I bet you didn't even know they made a musical out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Alan Menken did the music for that. And also right before that I was listening to the soundtrack of Wonderland, which was one of those reimaginings of Alice in Wonderland, but done by Frank Wildhorn, who also did, the musicals of Jekyll and Hyde and The Scarlet Pimpernel, stuff like that.
Cool.
And apparently the show itself was kind of a mess, but the music, actually, I really like it. Let's see, when it comes to stuff that isn't musicals, though, I mainly just, I don't really have any bands I follow or anything, but I do listen a lot to Weird Al, that's a Pony thing now, but I was doing that before. In fact, his new album just came out last month, or was it June? I don't know, I was listening to that in my car a lot, quite a bit recently. And also, They Might Be Giants, who also had a CD that came out, but it got sent to the wrong address, so I have to wait for that to come before I can hear it. I'm surprised, actually, that there haven't been more PMVs to They Might Be Giants music. I found, 2.
Yeah,
because it seems like that would be something people would be doing,
That does seem a little apt for them, yeah. That's some weird music. That can be some very... very strange music there, so I could see that.
Well, we've seen all these ones with, what did it? Oh, I just forget his name. Jonathan
Colton.
Colton, that's it. And so I've seen, there's been 5 or something that I've seen. There's maybe even more. And I've seen, Flight of the Conchords even has a couple.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. And what about TV?
But right now, really, I'm not watching hardly any TV that's live action or cartoons, but I do have a fondness for shows like, Adventure Time and Regular Show.
Yeah, Regular, that's good. I need to catch up on that.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that, too. What I was doing was watching it, on the free on-demand through my cable, but I don't know, the Cartoon Network keeps not being up. And then when it's actually on, I'm never home,
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a little slow going. I suppose I should, look it up on the internet, but I know that never occurs to me at the right time. Yeah, I'm sitting here doing my internet stuff, and then later on I'll be at work, I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have been watching Regular Show.
Yeah, the Regular Show, I think they just need a dedicated group of people who just, who copy the information off of when it's aired and then post it to YouTube. That way it's easier to watch,
or something, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I wonder if a support team like that could ever happen on any show where a dedicated group of people just jump on and copy it and put it to YouTube. Foreshadowing. Okay.
Wait, one more thing I have to mention. A show that actually does also air on the Hub that I enjoy, Dan Versus. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one.
I have not, actually.
Oh, it's a good show. It's kind of like you wouldn't be surprised to see it on Adult Swim, I guess, but it's not as dirty as that implies, I guess,
I disagree with you.
My husband does not like the show. But I enjoy it quite a bit. It's about the guy Dan, who is voiced by Curtis Armstrong, if you know who that. You watch Family Guy, so, not Family Guy, American Dad, he's one of the friends of the son.
Okay, alright.
That show also, that guy. Anyway, but every episode, he has a reason to get revenge on whatever the title of the episode is. So, in one episode, he's getting revenge on an animal shelter, because the animals are keeping him up at night. And actually, that episode went in an interesting direction because his first plan was to poison the animals with like a poisoned meatloaf. But his friend didn't realize it was poison, so he ate the meatloaf, and they went to the hospital. But he wanted his friend to help him get revenge on it still, so he like stole his comatose friend out of the hospital and was wheeling him around on a hand cart. It was an interesting episode, that one.
Okay.
But anyways, it's very funny though. The writing on that is very good. So check that out if you have a chance.
All right, cool deal. Well, we got lots of suggestions there for what our tastes are and some things that you guys can branch out with, except for my music, which is closed in because I'm an old fogey. So that'll do for emails. Thanks, everyone. Again, you can send those across to Bronyville@gmail.com. And super awesome always to get those. So this moves on to our next segment, which is news. Time to talk about all the crazy pony news. And there's one big, shiny, red, happy American flag waving button right here that we need to hit. Hey, Chef, what there's this guy who has a show, and I'm forgetting his name, but supposedly he's a big deal, and he did something.
I don't know. There's this guy named Stephen Colbert. I think he kind of I gave a shout out to some group called the Bronies on one of the latest episodes. I think that's kind of a big deal, I suppose, right?
Is he someone? That name, is it French? I don't, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's jump the pretext. It was just completely random, but yeah, just watching IRC streams and then watching posts of, oh my god, Stephen Colbert just said Brody's, oh my god. And it's a little thing. He opens the show, waves his hands and goes, I want to give a shout out to all my Bronies watching, and the internet explodes.
Well, the audience exploded a little too.
Yeah. It did sound like that. It was a little excited. So yeah, that was super cool. And let me say, even it got to the point that our creator herself, Lauren Faust, had to give a response. Holy guacamole, Brony! Stephen Colbert just gave you all a shout out. I'm seriously impressed. You guys are an internet force to be reckoned with. Just wow. So very cool. I mean, it's a tiny, tiny little piece, but 327 comments on Equestria Daily can't be wrong. It's kind of a deal. And we have been given, I'm not sure if you noticed, but, our good friend Jason, has given us our next task, by the way. We are all now tasked, now that we've taken care of Stephen Colbert. Chef, I'm bad with people. Who's that redheaded kid that does that late night talk show?
With the freckles.
Yeah, with the freckles, and he's got that fat guy friend.
Conan O'Brien?
Oh, yeah, we need to get Conan O'Brien to talk about the Bronies now. So that is our mission. Conan O'Brien is next. He's on our pony hit list, I guess.
Yes.
So say we all. So, yeah, that was super cool. Stephen Colbert report. So, yeah, that was pretty sweet. Okay, have either of you guys read this New York Observer pony report?
I did. I read through it.
It's
pretty good.
It's pretty in-depth.
That's probably the best one that's come out yet, I think.
Yeah, so... I love
the image they used for the header on that one, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. It kind of does sum up the internet pretty well. So, just to explain it, this is on the betabeat.com site, titled Pony Up Haters, How 4chan Gave Birth to the Bronies. And it does kind of just list, it does give kind of an interesting story of just hey, 4chan, they started, there was a post going hey, this My Little Pony thing is coming up, and people going that's dumb, stupid, people, hating it to the extent that they didn't, that they were just we're just going to watch it to troll it. And then they watched it, and they liked it, and then it began. And it's a big, deep, in-depth read, and probably some of the more detailed press that we've actually gotten. There are a few weird things inside of here, some things that people identify that they are interested in that I kind of went, all right, that's fine, I guess. But all in all, it's actually a pretty interesting read, even for me, who knows a bit about the Bronies, just to go back and kind of understand what caused it all to be.
Know your roots.
Yep. Figure out who you is, because if you know who you are, that's important.
It's funny how an article lamenting the death of creator-driven media sparked this.
Yeah,
that's how the internet works sometimes.
Yeah, no media's ever going to be good anymore. Look at this show. This show's going to be so bad because it's... Oh, wait, no, the show's actually really good. Whoa, okay. Turn around.
Yep.
So, yep, very cool. Next little point here. Guess what? You want to know how Brony Season 2 is going to look like? It looks like it's going to be kind of Brony.
A little bit, yeah.
A little Brony. So, just to read this a little bit, there was an email sent to Jen Retigist. I'm going to probably mangle that name, but I'm going to do it anyway. Who's the one that's been posting those behind-the-scenes clips on YouTube, which are super turbo, super awesome. And then just had a question of just like, hey, how much is the Brony stuff going to, be impacting in the show? And they said it's going to, there's going to be Brony stuff, I doubt, I think we will be pleasantly surprised if all of a sudden Luna shows up in a particular panel in socks, I could just imagine everybody going,
I'm sure that the show will not be impacted much, but there will be, oh, look, it's derpy. Oh, look, they gave a little nod out to the adult fans.
I imagine it'll probably be sort of like the poster that they released at Comic-Con, where there's the little things there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual number one thing I want them to do is actually not to give us what we want. As much as we want, because they were so creative and so good with last season. I don't want them just to play close to close in and know what we want. I want them to give us things that are not what we expect, not what we want, but just kind of fill out more. Which is what I think they're going to do. They're going to poke at us and be like, "Hey, did you see that? Did you see that? There's more Lyra sitting on a bench weirdly, but every once in a while it's going to be these plot lines which are going to expand the universe, but every once in a while it'll be like, "Hey, you see that pony in socks? What do you think about that? Huh? That's pretty cool." That's how I see it. I think it will definitely be more bronified. I hope that I agree with the thing that I would like to see at least one of the background ponies be a little bit more visible. I'm voting for Vinyl Scratch because super turbo awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Moving onward to our last piece of news. So, Stephen Colbert is the best pony. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I got that wrong. Pineapple Jack is the best pony. Wait, what? Okay, this is kind of so there's this company. There's this country. It's almost a company now. There's this country called China. That makes a lot of stuff and bootlegs a lot of things.
They don't give a single yay.
And here are a bunch of things called, as far as I can tell, funny, which...
My funny,
which could be taken a bad way, but we'll leave this as that. And they are... it is... Wow, that is a My Little Pony. That is a rarity, and that is an Applejack, except, well, everybody's calling her Pineapple Jack because there's pineapples and a weird face hand monster thing and a comb and
yellow cherries and
yeah, that's a
crab.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Rarity has more pineapples. It looks like every pony has pineapples. Friendship is a lot of pineapples.
And then also she has, one of her diamonds has migrated to her foreleg.
Oh, God, it did. I don't like any of that. These are just weird Chinese bootlegs. It looks like they still even use like the official like, oh yeah, hey, there's Applejack on the front, there's Rarity on the front. It's totally just like, we'll just copy these and remake them. I will say that that there is one thing that is part of this set that is included that is not included in any of the Hasbro sets. Applejack does have a hat, even though it is pink. So hat achieved, but wrong color hat. So yeah, that is if you want to look at some weird bootleg ponies, you can totally see those. They're kind of weird and kind of disgusting in their own way. So yeah, that's happening. And that's news time. Hooray! Moving onward. So we got that done. So, let's move on past weird Chinese bootleg pony-ified things. And, let's go to Fix. Let's talk about things that we've read, things that we lack. Been a little time spent last night, myself, reading Sunny Skies All Day Long. I did spend reading that. You can't call me a liar, meanie pants. Girlfriend called me a liar. I did read that. Be quiet, you. Okay, so Sunny Skies All Day Long is about, it's pretty much it's a story where Celestia is just like, I hate everybody thinking that I'm some sort of dictator, that I'm mean, that, everything like this. I need a day off. And Luna's like, well, why don't you take a day off? Why don't you, not be a princess for a day and, go and hang out with people? And she goes, okay, I'll do that. And she just hides her power. She hides who she is. She goes and spends some time in Bronyville and has a good time. It actually reads really well like an episode. Like you could actually see this being played out as an actual episode. So any of you that like things that kind of expand and could be episodic, I like it. It's probably a good 25-minute read, so it's not too in depth, and it's episode wise, so it's a one quick little blast. You don't have to worry about reading 26 chapters of it. So I recommend that. Sunny Skies All Day Long. Chef Sandy.
And I'm going to go the complete opposite tack and actually read something that is really far outside of my normal reading habits. If you've listened to the show. That is The Empty Room
bum, bum, bum.
By Wanderer D. It is a grimdark adventure, sad tagged story, 16-part long. And I'm not one for those kind of stories. But I was in the My Little Pony IRC channel and someone was talking about a particular plot point just incredulously. And I was like, no, they're not going to do that. Oh my God, they did. And then I started reading it. It's well written and it is incredibly messed up, but it's in a good way, I guess. So it's by Wanderer D. It is called The Empty Room. And yeah,
it is grim. It is dark. It is grim dark.
There's a lot of death.
Yeah.
And grim dark.
If you ever thought and My Little Pony had too much pony, well, here's your way to get rid of pony.
Are there any stories that are just grim?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it seems like you only ever see the grim dark. I mean, sometimes you'll see dark, but I don't seem to recall seeing any that were labeled just grim.
I think it's just sort of I think there's probably like just a dark tag, but maybe not just a grim tag. Grimdark is sort of everything is terrible sort of tag. It's to denote things like the Warhammer 40k universe, where everything is absolutely crazy, bad, evil, and nothing is happy and everything is wrong. And, oh goodness, you forgot to say your prayers after your 23rd hour shift, so now you're going to be executed. That kind of terrible, crazy, bad. Mm-hmm. The story doesn't go quite that far, but it is pretty grim and dark.
Yeah, let me see if I can see now. I was trying to see if fimfiction.com, they just list theirs as they have tragedy and dark, which I guess tragedy takes over sad. Yeah, I kind of agree that it would be good to see one that I could read something that might be a little dark, maybe a little bit creepy, but it's not something that, you know, is just going to be like, and then they hacked off their limbs, like, oh, no, I wanted creepy, I didn't want Hostile, the pony version, oh.
Let's see, there was a Pony Noir story that got the Grimdark tag, but I was thinking maybe it was not Grimdark, but no, it's listed as hyper-violent and dark as hell.
There you go.
So I'm not going to read that one.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
There we go. So, Pensive, you've got to drive us out of this big dark place we just put ourselves into. So, what do you got?
But that's good because my one is definitely not grim or dark. Okay, I picked the Lower Deck Chronicles, which has been completed at this point. It builds off of the Cutie Mark Chronicles episode with having the Cutie Mark Crusaders going through Ponyville trying to find out more stories from ponies about how they got their cutie marks. And it goes sort of into the stories of various background ponies. And Zakora is included in there, and a lot of hers is told in rhyme, which I thought was very well done.
Yep.
And that can be hard, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's some interesting.
But I think the stories themselves are very, very well written, I think.
Yeah, they've got some fun ones. Looks like all 6 Blue Notes, Daisy, Trixie, Zakora, Ditzy, and Mayor Mare. So I'm actually kind of interested. I do want to read the Trixie one. Yeah. I will not lie.
I highlighted this one a few weeks ago, actually probably like a couple months ago at this point, and they were only up to part 4, so now I've got to read the next 2 for Ditzy and Mayor Mare.
Yeah, even though it says it's complete, I do hope he adds a couple more on there, because there's plenty of background characters.
Yeah. Next up, Vinyl.
Definitely make some more.
Next up, Vinyl. Next up, Lyra and Bon Bon. You could just keep going.
Like
just keep doing backgrounds. So that's cool. Yeah, that one does sound fun. I actually the Cutie Mark Chronicles was probably one of the better episodes in just finding all the backstory. So yeah, I wasn't very big on the CMCs, but yeah, Scootaloo for life.
Yeah, the Cutie Mark Chronicles was actually my second choice for favorite episode. Just because you get to see everybody's little ponies, littler ponies.
All right. Well, super cool. That's awesome. There you go. There's your fix for the week, guys. So jump on those if you are not already totally immersed with reading some of the super, super long double chapters. Holy crap, I still got to read more past sins, you know. How does this keep getting updated so much? Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. So, very cool. Thank you, everyone, for your suggestions. And also, I probably will need to do fanfic suggestions. So if you got any, send those across to bronyville@gmail.com, and we'll put them on the show soon. So, it is that weekly segment we do, Chef Sandy. And it is time to talk about memes, because there's a lot of memes in this weird old fandom full of pony. And this week's meme, okay. So Chef, I've been looking at some of these pictures on Ponaburu, all right. And every once in a while, I'll just see this picture, and it's just weird tall pony, just standing, just standing there in the distance, and he's looking at me. And it's creepy. It's creepy.
He is Slenderman. He has come to take your fillies.
No. So what's this about, Chef? I need to know.
Slenderman is a mythical creature often depicted as being tall and thin, wearing a black suit with a white shirt and necktie, and having a blank face. He can stretch out or shorten his arms at will and hide some kind of tentacle-like appendages on his back. And as it happens, he's appeared in stories in Equestria as well. Within the story Slenderman by Chicken Vortex. If you're a fan of creepy stuff, this is for you. He is a ponified version of a thing that appeared originally on Something Awful back in like 2007, where they were attempting to basically create a paranormal photo and then take it onto paranormal message boards and try to convince people that they're real. So he was this elongated, tall person with a blank face, and then like the fanon expanded to that he steals children and does other terrible things.
And teleports people in time, and just all sorts of weirdness, it sounds like.
Yeah. There's a whole video series called Marble Hornets, which is sort of expanding on the canon of Slenderman. And as the pony fandoms want to do, they've taken a version and made a ponified story featuring a ponified version of Slenderman.
Our Halloween costumes are chosen.
Yes, and this one it actually is a grimdark horror tag, so it's like even more grimdark. It's like double grimdark, dark grim, grim dark.
It's grimmer and darker than you are.
Yes.
You thought your stories were grimdark. We'll double up on it. Send it a shot. How you like that? Boom. Okay, well, thank you for dragging us back down into grimdark territory again. Yeah. Of course, it was my decision. So, ha ha ha.
And now we're going to talk about happy things.
Yes, let's talk about fun stuff. Let's talk about this website called YouTube. Let's talk about something that our guest here can really just explain to us a little bit about posting up, pony episodes and things like that. So let's do this. We didn't really expand it on at kind of the beginning of the episode, but we can do it now. So where would Most Pony have probably known you from? What have you done, Pensive, that all these bronies may not know? They may have seen your stream.
I think they probably do know.
Yeah. Well, they may have seen your stream, but they may not have seen the name. So what did you help do?
Well, basically, if you want to think of it this way, I was the catalyst for creating the entire Brony community, as it were. Basically, what it was, I want to say one of the first, but I think I actually was the first person to post an entire episode of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic on YouTube. And really, it was not my intention to create a whole internet thing like this. I was just putting it up for, people that were in the My Little Pony fandom already who didn't have the hub or who were in other countries, so they wouldn't have been able to see it even on the hub's website. Of course, back then, we didn't even know that the hub was going to be posting it every week like they do, because, they didn't say they were going to do that. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I just put it up for the people that I knew already. And then all of a sudden, all these comments are being posted, being like, "Why did you do this to me, Co?" And I was like, what? So I went over, I knew of 4chan, I knew of the different board. I'm there, because, its reputation and all that.
Yeah.
But I went over to Co see what was going on, and I was amazed at how much poniness was going on over there. This was like 3 episodes in, I think, when I went around and did this. And I was just amazed, let me tell you. And then when I posted on there as Pensive, then people were like, Pensive, we love you. And I was like, whoa. Because really, I don't think I'm doing anything all that. I mean, what I'm doing really, anyone could do, and a lot of people have been doing. People who actually have HDTV have been putting up, the streams from television in the, 1080p or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so, but my claim to fame is that I was the first. And that a lot of people got into the show because of the videos that I posted.
Yeah, and go ahead, Chef.
I was going to say, and I know on my end that the first episodes that I watched were on your channel because that was what Co was linking to.
Exactly. Well, that's because that's where I was the first one, and basically for a while after that, anyone who was posting it basically was just taking my video and cropping it. So it was worse quality than even my videos were.
Okay, and I'm sure that when I started out, it was one of those things where, it was like, well, where can I find it? There's a lot of people talking about this. Oh, dude, look, YouTube. The first episode, you type it in, and it's like, friendship is magic. YouTube. Hey, whoa, dude, a whole episode? All right, I've got 20 minutes to burn. This will be cool. So, it was one of those things where it started one episode, and it's like, oh. Cliffhanger. Oh, dude, the second episode's here. That's cool. All right. Click, second episode. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder what one of the next. All right. Oh boy, here comes the addiction. And all right, I'm sold. So, it very much, I believe it was probably your own videos that probably hooked me as well. So I think we all have you to thank for building this, community that nobody really expected to pop up.
I know.
I do have a little question, and this kind of goes into a little bit deeper thing, but were you ever like a little concerned that Hasbro could jump in there and just be like, copyright, and knock down videos?
Well, yes. I mean, that's a concern every time you post something that's airing on TV. That moment, I have had that happen to me. In fact, on my original channel, before I was Pensive Pony, I was Pensive Pine on my original YouTube, and on there I had posted, I actually had one strike was because I had posted a clip from a Japanese show, Fushigi Boshi no Furugo Hime. Even though it wasn't like a whole episode, it was just a little clip, but the Japanese company still took it down, so that was my first strike. My second strike came because of a show called Sushi Pack, which I don't know if you probably did not ever even hear of this, but it aired 2007, 2008-ish, and it wasn't as good as Friendship is Magic, but it was better than a lot of other shows aimed at, the kids. Apparently it was aimed at girls, but it was like a Sentai show, but starring little sushis. I don't know, it was a weird show, but it was a good show, and I put it up again so that people could see it, because it only aired on Saturdays, and I wanted to share it with people, but, they can't, if they're not awake on Saturday already, and if it's not Saturday, they couldn't see it. Anyway, but then, apparently, American Greetings, they were the ones who, in charge of the show, like Hasbro was for Friendship is Magic, and they let a website called Kid Mango put it up, and so Kid Mango came and they put up 7 episodes, and they said, okay, take these 7 episodes down, and that was my second strike. My third strike came again from American Greetings, because somebody had asked me to put up a couple of episodes of Marioku Yummy, which was another show also airing on the Hub. And so they saw that, and they're like, take it down. And that was my third strike, and so that killed my site. Mm-hmm. And so everybody was freaking out, because this was when I'd been posting, all the Friendship is Magic episodes. But I was like, I still got all the videos, I'll just repost them. Because it wasn't Hasbro. Hasbro had no problem with it. It was American Greetings.
I've heard.
Yeah, everybody was raging at American Greetings for a while there.
American Greetings is a little bit, I mean, I've heard about them having similar takedown things in the past, particularly with Strawberry Shortcake.
Although you can still find a lot of the episodes up.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was...
Well, they had a big tiff with the Penny Arcade guys a few years back. With, their American McGee's Strawberry Shortcake, and they got all huffy and threatened to sue. And they're like,
they're not very laid back as a company, I guess.
Yeah, so ain't that American Greetings? You're not Hasbro. You're not Hasbro at all.
But yeah, so my current channel is just made going to be only ponies, because I know that Hasbro is cool with it, and again, I think that comes from My Little Pony being more of a merchandise-driven show than being a ratings-driven show, I guess. Mm-hmm. So they're not as worried about losing advertising money as they are with gaining toy money from getting more people watching it.
I've generally been very surprised with Hasbro's response, because I kind of felt that way too, of just like, they're posting things to YouTube and they want people to view in on, it's not like they're posting the episodes on an official channel on YouTube. They're just, we've got this and we have an iTunes stream that's way too expensive, and, or you could catch the episodes on the Hub, but that requires, watching an episode at 1 p.m. every day. there was enough strikes against it to make it too difficult to see. So YouTube really became the only like immediate real option that could be taken. And it's just a little bit surprising in a day and age where it seems like everybody's just like, nope, we don't want any of that. It's like that was a 30-second clip. Nope, don't show it. Don't want any of it. Yeah, they would be like, not so much that they're condoning it, but they're just like, okay, all right. You know, My Little Pony's selling well, so tell you what, we're just going to leave it as is. You know, don't break it.
Exactly.
You know, the only time that sounds like that pony stuff is getting taken down was it sounds like it was, you know, probably the act of trolling by other sides where they're just like, dude, I'm going to pretend I'm Hasbro. Eat it. That's cool on that. I always find just the weird copyright fights, to be kind of interesting in today's age of digital media and all the old suits trying to figure out how that they're going to deal with, you know, the fact that anybody with a computer can simply just copy what's being displayed on a screen and then repost it. Which gets to the next point. So there probably are a few out there that may be interested in, you know, doing their own grabs or pulling information. So how do you manage to do it? How do you pull the information from either your TV or your laptop and then transpose that and create the YouTube videos that you use?
Well, it's a very simple process, actually. What I use, it's a USB capture device. It's from AverMedia. The one I use is called DVD Easy Maker USB Gold. And all you do is it has a little silver part that looks like a peanut that has the one part that's connected to the USB. Just stick it right into your USB port. And the other end has all the cable connections that you would need. So I just basically take the ones that would be hooked from my cable into the VCR, well, the DVD player now, and I just hook those right into it, you know, red, white, yellow. And then I use the media program that I use to actually capture the video is called CyberLink Power Director. And so then I just turn that on and I hit as a capture setting, and it just goes through all the different devices that there are. And usually it picks up on the one I've hooked in, but sometimes it'll just go straight to my webcam. Anyway, and then I just hit the record button for as long as it goes. I record it live. I mean, if I had TiVo, maybe I could TiVo it and then record it when I'm actually home. But I know I do it as it airs, and then after it's done, I go to the edit function, and I just cut out all the commercials, basically. And then I produce it as, well, it used to be I'd have to do it in 2 parts. But now I've gotten enough subscribers, I guess. I'm not really sure how it works, but on YouTube, if you're popular enough, you can upload videos as long as you want. So now I can do one big, long episode. On the one hand, that's easier uploading-wise, because then you don't have to be worried that one part is going to fail before the second part, and then the second part goes up because you haven't noticed it.
You're right.
But on the other hand, I kind of miss, you know, going to like the 11-minute mark and, you know, the 10.5-minute, 11-minute mark and figuring out where's the best place to cut it.
It's like, well,
but on the other hand, I don't have to worry about that also.
Yeah, you're not going like, well, there was a commercial break here and, you know, but the scene changed and it's a little bit different. Exactly, so, you know, understandable.
So on the one hand, I'm glad I don't have to do that, but on the other hand, I kind of miss it, because, it's kind of fun picking it exactly right. But anyway, so then once it's uploaded as a file, then I just go to YouTube, and I, upload it, and hopefully YouTube uploads it pretty quickly. I remember Sonic Rainboom, that took forever to upload. I don't know why. I was in the MLP IRC channel talking to everybody about this, be like, I don't know why it keeps canceling on me. Why? Stop that, YouTube. But eventually it got up there. And actually I found that now that I can do it in 25-minute episodes, or 22-minute video, it uploads much faster than when I had to do 2 11-minute parts. I know, it's the mystery of YouTube.
That crazy new Google subsidiary company all getting copied and bought and everything like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not very hard.
Yeah.
All you need, that's why I was saying earlier that really what I'm doing is something anyone can do as long as you've got the right stuff. I mean, it used to be that you had to have actual video card hardware in your computer Like, you had to buy the stuff and have it installed. So, I mean, I've been wanting to, for years, I've wanted to do what I'm doing now. I mean, not like, I mean, just uploading the videos and stuff, because I'm going back to the days before even DVD was popular, when in order to make anime music videos, you had to have a capture device to capture the video straight from the VHSs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how long I've been wanting to do this, and actually I have been doing this for a while, but not until they invented the USB version.
Right.
That you can just click in and there it is.
Okay.
So
Chef,
much easier.
Yep. Chef, did you have anything anything pertinent? I'm trying to think.
I'm good. She really laid it out.
Yeah, really.
Thank you.
YouTubing is serious business, and you've done a fine job of it. So
thank you.
Yeah, and you know, you could always use any of those steps to kind of pull apart the pieces and, you know, make a PMV if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I've done that also.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. I think I recently saw the Silence of the Lambs musical one that you did, which is the most recently. It puts the lotion on his skin, lotion is her skin. Yep. Yeah,
that's actually, that goes into me being into musicals, because that is actually playing in a theater in New York. I think it's just off Broadway, and that's what got the idea in my head, because I went to the website and they had that song up there. Because it originally had just been only the songs on a website, and so I'd listened to that, back a few years ago. And then I was looking at this, and I was thinking, oh man, this would fit so well with the Diamond Dogs. And then I found out it didn't fit as well as I thought it would. Let me tell you, getting the clips that would actually work was just because a lot of it is him not being affected, but a lot of them is them being affected by Rarity, so... Mm-hmm. So it was hard to actually get the clips I wanted, but I think that despite that, it came out pretty well.
Yeah, you gotta try with it.
And that's, I think, is another one of the strengths of the show. Friendship is Magic here, is that you can find clips for almost any idea you've got. I mean, I've never been in a fandom that has had so many videos. I mean, music video, parody, trailers, or anything. I mean, even when I used to watch anime music videos all the time, I don't think I've ever seen so many in one single series.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. I actually am trying to remember. I think I had one. But again,
they're also most of them good, though. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I've seen plenty of terrible music videos in different fandoms where it's just a song and random clips, and it's like they didn't even try to make them go together. But here, you can not only the clips work well, but the fact that they were actually in the show to begin with, it's just amazing.
And that they're easy to get to as well, you know.
Also true, yeah.
You can kind of use it and apply it, and just imagine how all those PMVs are going to look, you know, come, you know, March of next year, once we have season 2 under our belts. I mean, we'll have 2 seasons of, you know, of clips to go through. You know, and oh man, I just realized this week, and I'm sure that everybody else has been dealing with it, but man, I really need season 2.
Well, we're getting there. It's probably just about another month.
Mm-hmm. It looks like they're all wrapping up, but oh man, I really need season 2. I'm starting to really go into some withdrawals. I actually I hadn't watched an episode in like nearly a month, and I just had the last night queue up Over a Barrel a little bit just to be like, oh, okay, the train scene makes me feel better. Okay, all right, that's all I need to see. I'm good. So, yeah, so very cool. You know, keep YouTubing. All you guys, if you want to do YouTubes, especially of YouTubes of the silly stuff that we do on our show, somebody did that once, and it was totally cool. So if you want to do that, we'd love you forever. And what we would do is we would link your video in our One Cool Thing segment. Segue.
Yay!
So, this is the point of the show, towards the end, where we tell you one really cool thing, and then you get to watch it, you get to click on it, and you get to check it out. I will start this week. Daily Double! Ha ha! Got you a 2. You see what I did there? Yep. I decided that I'm going to have 2 videos this week, because you know what? I can't just stop it with just one. These both are doubly awesome. Starting off with the first one, Epic Cupcake Time. So, if
stole this one from me.
Wait, you stole a fic from me last week, so eat it. Yeah, eat it. You eat that cupcake. More frosting. So Epic Cupcake Time is parroting another YouTube's group called Epic Meal Time, which is a group of bros making these 100,000 calorie burgers and just more bacon. Yeah, you like that. You know, just super macho, super bro, just making these ridiculously calorie bomb meals and then eating them and making you, on one hand, completely disgusted, and on the other hand, completely in awe of what they're doing. And they do a parody with ponies, just real rough sketches and cupcakes, like, stole 5 bags of flour from Applejack. You know, that's a lot of frosting.
Yes, it is. It's a straight up parody, and it's done very well. And the rough animation and drawings makes it relatively cuter as well. But yeah, Epic Meal Time is the kind of thing that you are in awe that they can eat these and not be dead.
And that's a real good. I mean, that's a pretty decent Pinky and Dash that whoever's doing the voice. That's a pretty decent Pinky and Dash. I've heard worse for certain. You know, so that's very cool. Second video is actually one that I think may have been posted before, but this is an update to the Doctor Who's animation. A Doctor Who fan, maybe more in the periphery than one other pony on the show, but you know, Doctor Who's, there was a rough sketch that looked pretty good, and now it's fully colored, a little bit better animation and everything, and it's just of one particular scene in an episode made Whovified, and it is short and it is funny, so I highly recommend checking it out. It is, seeing that it was colored and higher animation quality made me happy.
Yes, it was from the Family of Blood episodes from the season with Martha.
Martha Jones.
Yes. I love me some Doctor Who, and Doctor Who's is awesome. So that would be nice if he'd show up and like there'd be like a blue police barn in the background somewhere. Come on. But yeah, Doctor Who, police box.
Well, no, I know the police box. I don't think this ponifies as well as you think it does.
Oh well.
I don't think a barn would be for the police.
Well, it'd be like a little bitty thing, you know?
You know what? They could have police barns in Trottingham, okay?
Ah, there we go.
You know, that makes a little bit more sense. So we could go with that. Matter of fact, I'm sure Dr. Who spends the most of his time in Trottingham.
Okay, so my pick for this week is Magnastorm's plushies. They're adorable. This was recently posted onto Equestria Daily, and oh my goodness, that Rainbow Dash plush, I want it so bad. And it's over $100, so I don't know if I want it that badly.
Well, if you wait long enough, maybe it'll show up at FEO Schwartz for just $50. Well, no, $25, I guess. That's a reference to Lauren Faust's her Galaxy Girls that she originally made the rag dolls of herself, and they were like $200, $300, $200 something dollars. But then she got FEO Schwartz to pick them up, and then they were only $50. And then I was at Toys R Us the other day, and I saw they had them on clearance for $20.
Ooh.
These are just customs. I really wish they would make some better ones, because the fans are certainly knocking it out of the park more than Hasbro is. Because that latest Twilight plush looks like she got hit in the face with a shovel. It's so flat. It's
a little weird, and though it is interesting, it has the sound thing in it, like the hand. But yeah, I love all these plushes that are coming out with. I kind of do want every pony, so a Luna or a Pinky, or you know what, not every pony. There we go. I want every pony. Yeah, I think that's all totally cool. I would love to see some more of those, because they need to be made. Do it, Hasbro! Give us what we want. You are the supplier, we are the demander, and we demand more supplies. So Pensive, you're going in with the YouTubes again. Seems like a popular topic with you. So what do you got?
Well, I've got the half pony, full pony consequences video. And that is somebody took... This one is kind of a multi-layer one. It started with a really bad Half-Life fanfic. And then somebody ran it through like some kind of story maker and made it with Gordon Freeman's brother, John Freeman, or whatever. I don't think that's an actual character, though.
No, it's completely made up. They used
everything I know about Half-Life I picked up from all the parodies.
Yeah, that was made in
it was a very, very
Gary's
bad
mod.
fanfic.
Yeah.
And the pants were dead. Anyway, somebody put it through a story maker, and that I did see. And now somebody took that version and did it with all My Little Pony images and clips. And I love it.
Zombie ghosts in front
Leave
of a
this
house.
place.
But this is our home.
And he blew up the house and was sad because they couldn't live there anymore.
So he went on the platform.
It's a classic. Done with ponies because ponies make everything better.
But it's very well. They did it very well, I think. Plus, they threw in some extra jokes of their own. So,
I love it. I absolutely love that full life consequences. I probably watched it all the time, just constantly and constantly. It's such a bad fanfic, and the animation just makes it so worthwhile. Yeah. The cop had head crabs. I cannot give you my license, officer. Because you are head crabs on me, and shot him in the face and drove away. It's so bad. It's so great. So yeah, check that out. I love the original. I saw a little bit of this version, and I probably need to see it again.
Yeah, see the whole thing. It's not that long.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah. Full consequences are done for this episode. There's that segue. We have reached the end. This is the end of episode 16 that we got here. So very great for everybody listening in. Always super, super gracious to our fans. You guys are turbo awesome. You guys keep us doing this and filling us with great emails and, just this community, which we're fighting through this summer. We're doing it. We can make it. The end is near. The end is even nigh. Or nay. There, we're going to go. The end is nay. I want to thank Pensive for being on the show. Super, super great to have you on.
No problem.
It's always fun just to have someone else, and especially one that we owe a lot of our poniness to. I'm
just glad that I'm glad for all the people who have watched the videos, and I'm like I said, I'm amazed, a little odd that this whole thing came out of that, but I mean, it's a good thing, I think, in the long run.
Yeah, super, super cool. Just crazy, crazy community. If you would have told me half a year ago, like, dude, you're going to do a show about My Little Pony, I would have been like, you are insane. You are out of your mind. There is no way. And it's going to be the most, the best project you've done. You are double crazy. Flip over desk, walk away. So, yeah, it's super cool. How things have gone. Again, I want to also thank my super, super gracious co-host, Chef Sandy there.
Yay, I'm appreciated.
You are, except for that whole Rainbow Dash thing. Oh, okay. So it's all right. I'm gonna have to obviously watch more Rainbow Dash episodes because I'm too much of a hater. I'm hating too hard. And
yes.
Yeah, I am. And that'll be it. That'll be it for episode 16. Again, go over to BronyShow.com. That's where you can find the show notes. That's where you can find all of our posts. M's little quotes of the week. He posts those up. We post this episode and every episode of Bronyville on Wednesdays, so you can catch it there. If you want to hit us up on the Twitter, Chef and I have the Twitters. My account is Bronyville. Chef, what is your account?
Chef Sandy.
There you go.
And you can see my adorable new icon.
Yes, yes. Oh God, we got new icons. We got logos and stuff on the ways. This is gonna be so good. We didn't even talk about that, but yeah, we got new stuff, and I'm so excited. It's so good. If you want to follow us for the short period of time that Bronyville is probably on Google Plus before Google Plus takes us down, you can find us on Google Plus as Bronyville until they realize that we're not a real person and then take us down, because that's what Google is doing for some weird reason. Because ponies doesn't reel. Yeah. Stupid. I don't like that, but whatever. We're going to fight the system for right now. And, fight the man. Yep. So we did email, we did the website, we did the Twitters and the Google Plus while it's still there. And I think that's it. You can find us in all those places. And that'll do us for this week. We will come back next week with another guest, more pony, more fun, and more friendship. So that's it. Sleep well, bronies. Adios.
Bye.